Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. Today I have another Japanese whiskey on the cask. It's the Nikka Days. Nikka is the company or the distillery that produces this good whiskey, and they have actually two distilleries. The Yuichi distillery, a small distillery with pot stills on the northern island of Hokkaido, and the second one is the Miyagikyo distillery in near the city of Sendai. I think that's a little north of Fukushima. And yeah, Nikka is now part of the big company Asahi. Asahi is one of the big three companies in Japan. They have the big company Suntory. Suntory is now merged with Beam, but actually they kind of bought Beam, like Jim Beam. And then we have the other one, which is Kirin. Kirin is a company known for their beer and water, which also with Suntory, and Asahi also has a very, very big beer brand, but they are all beverages and drinks companies. And now we have Nikka inside the Asahi company. Yeah, the Nikka Days is a blended whiskey. A blended whiskey is very, very typical for Japan. Japan kind of copied the Scottish beginning of the 18th century or 19th century, 20th century, like something around the 1920s. That's how I say it. And that has been a long time ago. So they kind of already developed their own style. Came with a copy, and then they developed their own style of whiskey. So they really tried to perfect the blend, to make it the perfect blend. That's what the whiskey producers in Japan are looking for. And this here is a Nikka Days, and again, it's a very balanced, skillfully blended grain whiskey and slightly peated malts. And they want to have this as the Nikka Days, which represents, the brightest days, the positive, attitude towards the new things that everybody experiences through the days. Yeah, let's have a look. It's actually not it's one of the cheaper or less priced Japanese whiskey. The Japanese whiskey rose in price quite a lot. This here is one of the few bottles you can get for under $50 or 50 euros. And looks like you get a screw cap for that. So, yeah. The prices for Japanese whiskey are horrendous these days. So, yeah. Let's have a look how the entry level with around 40 euros with the Nikka Days is. The grain whiskey will almost certainly come from the Miyagikyo distillery, and the peated one will almost certainly come from the Yuichi distillery. It's light, floral, and I can't find the peat yet. There's a little bit of a fresh, slightly phenolic note. Could be the peat. Could also be a bit of more likely the peat or the grain. Yeah, you do realize there's a bit of a grain note in there. I always find it hard to describe the grain because the grain is almost a lack of flavor. It's not lack. It's just, it tastes flat. It's really strange to describe. You don't have this maltiness, this roundness. So it's kind of a bit of a straightforward wheat flavor. And here combined with a nice floral note, bit of a creamy touch as well. So the smell is quite intriguing. but very lightly. How much ABV does it have? 40% ABV. Yeah, I would have guessed that. Very light, very watery, very liquid, with a not a yeast touch, a bread touch, a wheat touch. It's and now here comes a bit of an oak, a bit of a roasted note as well. So it's really, really lightly peated. There's they really used the peat not as a distinct flavor, but as a very background flavor. Very, very far in the back. You almost, it's just a hint of that phenolic tone, a bit of a roasted flavor. Right, a little bit of nuttiness in there as well. So it's really feels a bit like a breakfast cereal, one of these old types with the wheat in it and nuts and that kind of stuff. You do realize it's not deep. It's one of these entry-level whiskeys that you can have for flavor, but not for like experiencing a lot. But it's very smooth and it doesn't have much faults in it. There is not usually when you have a screw-on cap, you realize, okay, now I'm at the entry level. There might be some stuff in there I don't like. So it doesn't have a bad flavor that I can pick out pretty easily. The oak and the bitterness is well balanced. So it's a nice, well balanced drinking whiskey. So it's really easy to drink. Has some nice flavors in it, but not much complexity. So it's a nice dram, but not wild. Yeah, that's the entry level for Japan. Nice, pleasant, well-rounded, unspectacular whiskey. Nice. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. And if you found this video interesting, then please feel free to share it with your friends and see you next time.